Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Tubaplyr, NegativeAE, and welcome to This Is The End. What happened last episode? Last episode we finished investigating Nagito's investigation. We found a fridge with poison. The poison was open. There was a cap under his bed, so we knew that he had used it or opened it. What else happened? He had a pole or a spear in him that was from this elevator ride. This will be the last time for this too, right? Which one of us is the killer? I hope so.
Well?
Let's worry about things after we finish.
You are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. Yeah.
Damn it.
The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this will go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito is problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. Yeah, what do you mean? During the funhouse ordeal? Frickin' dude. We were dependent on him the entire time. He was the only one providing information that was helpful. And, well, besides Chiaki, my girl that's still alive. But even if he's gone, the ones who survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. So the only one that I could think that could be that brutal is Fuyiko. Like, I can't imagine anybody else doing that. The bright light greeting us, unless they have a different personality like they pulled with fucking my girl. Or the light of despair. Ooh. Well then, now that the chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
Enough. Just fucking start this already.
Hey!
Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, it sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure that you give it your all.
Alright!
Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end.
Now then.
Dude, Monami's just completely fucking serious now. No jokes.
Viva killing!
Like, Monokuma's still the same fucking, but Monami's gotten all like Terminator ass on. Like, she's just death stare every single moment. That's awesome. This is also the last class trial. The curtain is about to rise. Nagito Komeda, the ultimate lucky student, was not very lucky. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. Oh, is he gonna eat the hamburger? Is he coming in? He's coming in. That's when he was eating the hamburger. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He believed hope. A powerful hope that can overcome any despair. Is he just gonna keep creeping in? That's my screen, sir. Sir, I don't know. Like, what happens if I just is he just gonna stop? Is he gonna stop and I'm gonna be disappointed that he's not gonna take up my entire screen? Are you taking up my entire screen? Because nobody expects to be on the screen this long. Oh, see in the back of his head. Oh. Okay, I'm done. I'm over it. He said, yeah, stepping stone for hope. We all fucking know who he is, dude. But there was also several times he saved us too. Yeah, he was the best person, and nobody fucking saw that. Nobody was like, hey, maybe Nagito's the one that's helping us out. He's helping us freaking... Yeah, I mean, sure, he's gonna try to help the killer out because he's crazy. But at the same time, freaking the killer's never doing it for hope, so... That was the end of him. I would think that the ultimate lucky would have more luck than that, but I guess not. I guess it's still shit. Luck is still shit. I have no idea at all, but who did it? But there's no way we can end this without knowing. Seems like it's gonna be Fuyuhiko. Oh jeez, Chiaki's the only one alive on my panel. Person who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the street. Okay. When I said Fuyuhiko was the only one that could be that brutal, I was not thinking about Akane. Akane could have been the killer too as well. If Monokuma says this really is the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. Thank God, I hate class trials. I like them, and I hate them at the same time. A trial billing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. Yep, always, please, save every moment of the day. Okay, set skills. We need Lost in Thought, Charisma, Trigger Happy. We'll get Cheat Code too, that sounds awesome. Silent Assist. Anything else? Nope, we're done. Finish preparation. We changing difficulty. Nope, difficulty's perfectly fine. Oops, I hit set skills instead of finish preparations. Yes. Alright. Time for me to stop talking.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Look at Monami fucking Terminator ass over there. What is happening?
Oh my! Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Is that a reference to Chang'e? The moon goddess?
Chesto!
Wow. You know things are
One more time!
You know things are getting real when Monami just doesn't react.
Jeez! How about this one?
This is my favorite one. The one where there's 5. No.
This will be my final blow! It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
Mm-hmm.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
My suspicion is Fuyuhiko all the way going into this class trial.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Torture wounds, oil lighter, Monokuma's account. Torture wounds is catching my eye.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up.
Sure.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
I don't know. I'm gonna pause it. I have no idea. I might look this one up. We will see. I'll be right back. Alright, I figured it out. It's duct tape on tortured
Nagito.
Nagito.
Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
No, I
The
think
reason
they...
Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
That one.
No, that's wrong.
So, I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it's because they didn't want to get information out of him. They were just trying to stop him from
Nagito's
screaming.
mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared. Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Why?
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Why? What trap, dude? What's your argument? Oh, there's so many knives.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk. But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Cool.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Yeah.
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about. Then, after they killed him,
Allow me to cut through those words.
Because the blood on the duct tape.
There's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
Yep.
what did you say?
Why is that surprising to you?
Who cares about the duct tape? Might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
What the
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Ooh, I'm interested.
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth,
I was
right?
interested. I'm in elementary school. Fuck that. I want to know.
The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Akane's, they're switching the focus to Akane for me.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
Maybe I just don't know, maybe.
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
You can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Yeah.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Yes, I agree.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
That's why I think it's Fuyuko, because he was on that island beforehand.
I do not know that, but...
But then
there
again,
has
so
been a
was
pattern
Sonya.
before.
But I don't believe that Sonya is the one that did it. Because she's too obvious, right? Like she was like not there.
That's our Miss Sonya. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonya thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonya?
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, huh? They're right. We need to clear that up first. Fuck! I'm gonna look this up right now, real quick, so we don't have to do this. Monokuma panels. Hey.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Huh.
The killer used some kind of setup.
Some kind of setup.
He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Yeah.
Some way?
Maybe
Oh.
they used invisible
I could have known this. It's the Monokuma panels. Yeah, for sure. The Monokuma panels did it.
Perhaps opening the door caused intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
Fuck my life. Fuck my life. Yeah.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at
The killer used
Yeah. They used some kind of setup. Yep, and then they threw it, and then there's an oil lighter, and then they tipped, and then it could have set the curtain fire, and then
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound.
Or perhaps opening the door caused
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Yes.
just as I thought. It was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
Yes.
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels.
Okay.
So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
I like this diagram. Could I have seen this diagram before?
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
Dude, whoever did this was smart.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did one thing to hide the domino effect. Oh, fuck. MP3 player. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Use that.
I see!
Yes.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because their eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. With that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. This is fun cute. It suddenly started.
That's it. So
Strange
the
sounds was
actually the sound of the panels falling.
I always get used to reading shit and then they start talking again.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right?
Yeah.
Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. It's not opening. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'd be fine? You gotta use a little more force. What happened opening it slowly, Akane noted and automatic Fu open. Bam.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire.
My question.
That's how it looks.
My question is, how did they get the Monokuma panels up against the door and then leave?
You don't look so sure.
How do you leave after that?
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Yeah, how does one leave?
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
With the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit
Thank
through.
you, Chiaki. Yes, I knew where you were going right away.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, it is. Fuyuhiko.
It's a major problem. I mean,
That door was the only entrance to the warehouse. Yes, I know. I'm way ahead of you, Chiaki. Me and Chiaki would be like the best of friends. We would figure shit out all the time. Except she would be way smarter than me, and I'd be an idiot. I see, so the problem, Chiaki, is the killer couldn't have left.
I see.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
You don't mean...
Hajime? What do you mean?
Is there a way I can select who I want to select? Who the fuck is it? I mean, well, I have a lot of tries. Okay, so it's not Fuyuhiko. I want to select Monokuma, but it's not Monokuma either. I'm just gonna select everybody. No. Then who the fuck is it? Who the mother F is it? It's not you. And then I'm the last person. What in the fuck? Hold on. I gotta. Will you hold on? Hold the fuck. Hold the phone. What is this? Oh, wait a second. You're right. You are right.
This is my answer.
I looked it up. That's right. He was already in there.
What if it was Nagito?
That's right.
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe. You never
Are you
know.
saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
Why would you try to destroy the evidence, though, is my question.
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember?
That's true.
Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
True.
Yeah, you're right.
Good job,
Yeah,
Fuyuhiko.
as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
It seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. I don't have very much health. Alright, let's look this up.
Actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's
Oh,
obviously
that was what I was
impossible.
supposed to shoot. Holy
Tying just the legs is
I was
one
just
thing, but
reading it, and it was like,
tying
there it
both
is.
arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much
It is
with
burned
three
rope,
arms.
though.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
Akane, you
Or
have
if
been
use
no
your
help.
front tail?
You have been literally no
Dirty
help
joke.
this
Is that a
entire
dirty
game.
joke?
Wow, so that thing pops up right
To
away.
actually tie up your own arms. No, that's wrong.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
Proof that the burnt rope is a trap.
Trap!
Shit. I thought for sure that was it. Okay. I had to be careful.
I see.
Okay. Woo!
Take a close look at his right sleeve.
Yeah. I'm running on thin ice.
Even though
This-
the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree?
yeah,
A
you're
burn
right.
like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Does anybody say that? Is that a thing that people say? Like, if I solve something, if I solve a mystery, does that
You should
happen?
not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
A Benjamin? That's really...
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
Yeah, you're right.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Way to stab yourself in your right hand without only using your right hand. It's definitely an answer for this. Fuck. Why is there so many of these? Oh, I hate them so much. Let's look it up while we go through the whole conversation. I'm smarter this time, and I
Even
have
if
my
Nagito's
phone
right
next
hand
to me.
was free. How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped
It
the
says
knife
to
somehow
select.
and slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Fiko's looking real suspicious. So I have to do Monokuma plushie and consent with propped the knife somehow.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall.
Yeah,
Could he stab his hand that way?
definitely. You definitely could.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, yeah.
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I agree with that.
Dude, me and Chiaki and Sonya, we're just like fucking tearing shit up in here.
Life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
I mean, granted, I'm relying on
Makes
internet
sense.
to help me,
That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
but otherwise I'd be here for hours.
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
So are we just deciding that it's a suicide now?
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
Probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right?
It does sound suspicious. I'm 100% with Fuyuhiko on this. It's not suspicious.
If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito.
Yeah.
If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
No. What?
There is a limit to his constitution.
That's what I'm saying.
If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm gonna die. This game is so suggestive. It's not even funny. It could be just me.
Sorry,
Yeah.
didn't catch
Yeah.
all that.
Kazuichi knows. Kazuichi's
Like
the.
I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
God damn it.
Say it one more time. I need to record it
God damn it.
for a reason.
This game. I swear.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
That's what I'm saying.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere.
Whoa,
with
she's
everyone.
back.
If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
When did you come back?
Mamonami's sassing me.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
It depends on if we can find a reason for everything that's happened for the
And are you
suicide.
saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
And at that, I'm going to end the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you feel necessary. I'll try to upload this again tomorrow along with another gameplay because I know that the class trials are really interesting and this is a little bit of a cliffhanger. Anyway, I hope you guys are having the best rest of your day and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out, guys.